And welcome to another edition of EastLASportsScene.com. Here we are joining you on the World Wide Web, the internet, as we come to you in East LA and beyond, bringing the roundup, the wrap-up, all the highlights of this past week in football here in East LA and Southern California. Here's our breakdown. Here's the way we're going to go. We'll start out with high school, and it was a very, very bad week for a lot of the Eastern Conference teams, as many of them lost, and only a couple were on the winning side. Let's give you the rundown and the scores, okay? Let's go this way with the winners first. Southgate 21, Lincoln, the Tigers 14, the Bell Rams 35, Eagle Rock Eagles 0. And now let's move into the bulk of the heartbreak here for the local teams coming from Garfield, Roosevelt, L.A. Jordan, and Wilson. We're going to give you the rundown right now. First of all, Garfield traveled all the way up into San Luis Obispo County, at least a 3-hour bus ride, and they played the Paso Robles high school team and lost by 1 point. Final score, Paso Robles 8, the Bulldogs 7. And then Roosevelt, in what could have been a very, very good win for them, possibly being a little too overconfident, they played Whittier High School and came out on the losing end with a final score of 28-21. And then the L.A. Jordan Bulldogs played one of the CIF Southern Section's powerhouse with Mater Dei, and believe it or not, it was a very close game with Mater Dei holding off for a 3-point win. Final score, Mater Dei 23, L.A. Jordan 20. And then for the Northern League representative, Wilson High School took it on the chin one more time as they lost to Alhambra by a final score of 21-17. And then rounding out at least the scores for the Southeast, for the Eastern Conference teams, Southeast High School got blasted by Gardena with a final score of 42-0. Now let's run the schedules for you. Okay, right now, Roosevelt High School stands 3-1 in preseason and non-conference games. The Garfield Bulldogs at an even record of 2-2. And now looking at Coach Eddie Martinez and the Wilson High School Mules, they look at 0-3. They have not won a game this season. So they're going to have to dig deep now to come out with a win this coming week. Okay, let's now look to this weekend's games as the Roosevelt High School Rough Riders will play host to the Huntington Park Spartans. They're coming in for the opener for the Eastern League. Okay, and then Garfield will travel just down the road to L.A. Jordan for their opener. That kickoff time is set at 3 o'clock Friday, October 2nd. Backing up to the Roosevelt game on Friday, 7 p.m. under the lights at Rough Rider Stadium. Okay, now a couple of other teams that we're looking at here that are playing good football. Shore High School 42, Hacienda Heights Wilson 0. The Salesian Mustangs with a big win over Windward. Final score there 34-7. So that will basically cover our high school spread here. Oh, one more winning team from the Eastern Conference, Bell. I think I mentioned 35 over Eagle Rock 0, 35-0 in a wipeout there for the Bell team. All right, that will do it here for the high school roundup. We're going to continue on now as we look at the NC2A Division I college teams, and of course the local teams. USC had a big win over Washington State. The Cougars, very easy and predictable. Matt Barkley back at starting quarterback. However, on a bit of sad news and very, very unfortunately hearing about a training room accident as he was in the weight room. Stephon Johnson, the weight that he was lifting there collapsed, fell onto his neck and larynx area, and they say he was in the operating room for 7 hours in critical but stable condition, and we hope for a recovery for Stephon Johnson, the Dorsey High School alumni. So prayers and thoughts go out to Stephon Johnson. Always been a very, very good person with us here on East LA Sports Scene, as you've seen through the years as he's played at USC. So the USC Trojans will travel to DeKalb Berkeley and take on the Bears, who are going to be in a very bad mood, having been really beaten up by the Oregon Ducks last week in a massacre. So watch out for that game, okay? UCLA had a bye weekend, but they will then travel to Stanford for a Pac-10 matchup. So Coach Rick Neuheisel has the UCLA Bruins kind of growling, making some noise here, and thanks in part to two Dorsey alumni by the name of Jonathan Franklin, who is a running back and tailback, and then on defense, Raheem Moore, who's leading the nation, I believe, at this point with interceptions, a total of 5 in his first 4 games. So watch out. The UCLA Bruins alive and well in the Pac-10. Okay, now we move up to the next category that we're going to speak about, and that's community college. And now we're going to focus some time here on our very own East LA College Huskies, and Coach Lynn Kane directs the team to its first win here over the LA Southwest Cougars, I believe. That's their nickname. Final score there last Saturday, East LA College 41, Southwest 3, and the alumni spotlight shines brightly for Garfield High School as Carlos Perez, number 42 on his jersey, is a sophomore, has 2 interceptions and runs them back for touchdowns. So the defensive coordinator very happy with the defensive work done by Carlos Perez. And then on the offense, Anthony Denham, alumnus from Wilson High School, he's a freshman. He caught 2 touchdown passes as the offense begins now to perk up for Coach Lynn Kane, and that's got to be very encouraging. Now, their next game will be this Saturday, Weingart Stadium, kickoff time 6 p.m., and they play host to the Pierce College team coming in from the Valley, but LA Pierce College. Okay, now that will do it here for our spotlight on East LA College. Get out there for a 6 p.m. kickoff at Weingart Stadium and support the Huskies as they're looking to turn over a new leaf here, basically on offense. The defense now starting to round into shape as well. Okay.